I hope you're well.
Blessed yourself.
I am also doing well. And of course, yesterday you issued a statement on Akonta mining, the matter of Akonta mining.
It is we. You
Oh
are also
yes, yeah,
part
and
of
I
the
mean,
media coalition, are you not?
I mean because there's now a bigger Ghana coalition
But
against
but
Galamsey.
but the media is an integral part of it, and you the media, you lead that.
Mm.
So, but thank you very much. Yes, we issued a statement. You will recall that in 2022, the media coalition also had a cause to lead the same crusade when the then Minister for Lands and Natural Resources declared, rightly so, that Akonta mining activities in the Tanonimre Forest Reserve was an illegality because they did not have the licenses to do that. Their concession was outside. Even the concession that was outside, there was evidence to show that they were breaching the buffer policy in terms of their mining and their closeness to the Tano River. And the Minerals Commission also then went on to confirm what the minister had said. The Minerals Commission, they are the regulators of the area. And so we petitioned the then IGP to look into the case, and he forwarded it to the Director General of the CID. And we've been pursuing that for a long time. Then our current Minister for Lands and Natural Resources also called a press conference on Easter Monday, showing clearly a documentary that had shown the damage and the havoc that had been caused by Akonta mine. And he proceeded to talk about the fact that they could not have done all those things without the connivance of some mining inspectors and forestry commission staff and some security people. And he had indicated that the investigations would happen and those who are found culpable will be interdicted and they will be prosecuted alongside the directors of Akonta mine. And the minister did not stop there. He went on to revoke the license of Akonta mining. And then we also saw that the account of Akonta mining had been garnished. But the sad thing is that over a month, we have not seen anything happening so far as the arrest and the prosecution of the CEO and the directors of Akonta mining and these other government officials that might be complicit in it. But you remember, last year, His Excellency John Mahama, then a candidate, said that if we're going to deal effectively with this Galamsey sketch, then the kingpins in Galamsey, the influential people who are the root cause of the crime, should then be dealt with. So it cannot be that under the reset agenda, Akonta mining, there's been no arrest and nothing is happening. And so that's the main point of our press release. But not only that, we also had petitioned His Excellency the President and the Right Honorable Speaker about the NDC MP of our wind, who had been accused by his traditional council of being involved in Galamsey. He says that it's not true, but it's rather the chiefs. So the minimum we're expecting is a response to that petition and also an investigation into that particular case. There are a few other politically exposed people. If you look at Professor Frimpong Boateng's report, it is replete with a lot of politically exposed people who nothing has been heard about. Then recently, the NDC constituency chairperson for Axim and the NDC constituency chairperson for Dunkwa as well, have also been involved in acts that was sent on the Act 995. And so we're expecting that for the current minister's effort to succeed, then the issues about dealing with these politically exposed and influential people has to be dealt with.
So basically, the press conference was to, are you expecting updates or you want to ask them what actions have been taken? Or you want to see some action urgently?
So what we want to more than see any action. You know that this current Attorney General has been very transparent in terms of when he's doing these actions. But we've not heard anything. Nothing has been heard. We've not heard of any arrest. There's not been any announcement. So we're expressing our disappointment that we've not seen anything. And then we are asking that the right thing should be done. These arrests and prosecutions should happen, so that it sends the right signal to these very people, some of them very influential people who take their seats at prestigious places in our society, but who are at the back of all of this and costing us all of this space.
And of course, you talk about reset agenda. Why do you insist that this moves or arrest of some of these influential people are important to the fight against the government? Exactly what does he do?
So I'll go back again and tell you what His Excellency said in July last year at Kempinski. He talked about the fact that if you go about just arresting just the people in the pits, who most of the time themselves are victims, you will not solve the problem. And in any strategy and solutioning thing, you deal with the root cause. You do a root cause analysis, you find the root cause, and you deal with it. Even in our local language, they'll tell you that never go. So wait, if you want to kill a serpent, if you don't cut off the head, you will not be able to deal with it. So it is important that we deal with the root cause of this Galamsey. And the root cause, the elephant in the room, is the politically exposed people who fund this thing, politically exposed people who are not close to the pit. They are not, inhaling all the negative things that are causing the renal diseases and causing the miscarriages in women, but they are rather the people milking the $4,000 per ounce that gold prices have gone to now, and are the people who are destroying our forests to the extent that you and I would have to be paying like $40,000 per hectare of land that they have destroyed.
Thank you very much for speaking to us this morning. But before you go, one issue outstanding now. What do you make of the fight thus far against the illegal mining? I know the matter of prosecution is still outstanding for you, but in terms of the approach to fighting, what do you think?
Well, I think that we have to be the first to concede. For us who've been in this thing, to say that there has been a refreshing change. So you see Minister for Lands and Natural Resources who, seem to be very committed to the fight and not only saying the right things, but doing the right things. So you look at the IGP as well, the recent arrest that has been made, the coordinated efforts with the Minister for Defense and the military, and you notice that there was a challenge around the Nyamfuri Road that had been highlighted. It was based on the work that a team of the minister had gone to highlight it. Though it took a long time, we've seen that recently. I think yesterday the police have sent a team in there. We saw what happened to Abrewan Ninkrine and Jerusalem, and all of those things that are happening. And so there are some positive signs. And we've seen a few of decisive actions by His Excellency the President. But there are still a lot of things that are still outstanding that needs to be dealt with. One of them is the promise that His Excellency the President gave, that if the MPP who we have accused, and rightly so, that failed the fight, but even had a revocation instrument that they were going to lay, if they did not revoke LI 2462, when he comes into office, he's going to revoke it. But unfortunately, what we are hearing the president talk about is an amendment of the LI, which is completely not acceptable, and that's not what he had promised us. Then we also have the situation of the Minister for Interior, we have applauded for the reshuffle of police people within this area